Okay, so now you're playing with the 76ers with your old friend, Allen Iverson.
Oh, yeah. That's funny because that's something we always talked about when we were kids, being on the same team in the NBA one day.
Okay. What was it like to actually play with AI during that era?
It was fun. It was fun. I mean, it was like a lot of people will have to get used to him, playing alongside of him, but it was something that I did, for years before. So I knew how to play alongside of him. I knew how to operate along with him. I knew how to get my attempts whenever, I needed to. And it was just a lot of fun to be on the same team with somebody that you grew up with, somebody that you played with as a kid, and you shared the same dream with. And it was amazing. We both still, smile and chuckle about it when we talk about it to this day, because the fact that we talked about it as kids and it eventually came true.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've talked to a lot of players who played against AI, and what they all pretty much said was that, I mean, look, he wasn't the tallest guy,
Nope.
Wasn't the strongest guy, but he was the most relentless on the court the entire time. He would not take a break. He was at 100 the whole game. Is that a fair assessment?
That's very fair. And that's what I tell people all the time, that in that same way that they say he played in the NBA is the same way he played as a kid. So he just, from his childhood all the way through the NBA, that was his game. And imagine as a child, he was a lot smaller than what he was, with the Sixers. But he was relentless. He hated to lose, wanted to do whatever he could to win. And like I said, I had a lot of fun playing alongside of him from a childhood all the way through the NBA.
Okay, and that next year was the NBA lockout.
Right.
So you had to sit by and kind of go through all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got traded to the Timberwolves.
Now I was a free agent.
Okay, you were a free agent.
Yep, I was a free agent and signed with the Timberwolves.
Signed with it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, my bad. No. Sorry.
Yeah, I was a free agent that year. Signed with the Timberwolves. Actually, they had the year before they had Tom Gugliotta, who was playing the forward position, and he ended up signing with the Phoenix Suns. So they were looking for somebody to replace him at the forward position, and I felt it was a great opportunity, great place for me to go play alongside, Kevin Garnett, someone who, I had developed a pretty good relationship with, and someone, another player that I always wanted to play alongside of after we got drafted.
Well, there was a lot of controversy over your situation with the Timberwolves.
Correct.
Tell me about it.
There was a under the table deal done with my agent and with the organization, and without me being involved. And but I eventually ended up having to pay the penalty. But I mean, it was an under the table deal. That one was, I guess, worth $80 million. And that's if they maybe getting the contracts confused, but I think that one's supposed to be around the $80 million mark. And things happened with it was a partnership, two agents that were partners, and things happened with the partnership where they were splitting and going their separate ways, and they had to go to court and gotta get their situation settled and get their situation. See what players go here and what players go with the other agent, and it came out in court, and from one of the agents that deal was done and that deal was under the table, and all of a sudden now it's out in the media, and I'm having to deal with the consequences from the NBA as far as they gave me a choice: either I can sign back with Minnesota and miss the entire year, or I can sign with somebody else and then play that year out. And if I wanted to, I can come back to Minnesota. So I ended up signing with Detroit as a free agent, signing with the Pistons. And then after I played that season with the Pistons, I came back and play with Minnesota because, I mean, I loved it up there in Minnesota. Good team, good organization, good coaching, and we were putting something together, winning situation together that was real fitting for me and my career.
Well, right. So I want to just add a few tidbits of information to what you just said. So you signed 3 one-year contracts for less than $3 million a piece.
Right.
And the deal was to basically have your bird rights, meaning that at the end of that third term, you'd get paid as much as $86 million. And this all came out. And the NBA just lost it.
Yes.
David Stern fined the team $3.5 million. He voided all your contracts. Taylor couldn't even have a role in the Timberwolves operation, the owner, until August 31st, 2001. They forced McHale to take an unpaid leave until July 31st, 2001. But then there was more serious consequences. The Timberwolves didn't have first-round draft picks for 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, and 2005, although 2003 and 2005 were ultimately returned. This was really like a big deal in the NBA.
Oh, yeah. It was a big deal for it to come out the way it did and for the protection that the NBA is trying to have against stuff like that. You know, we hear about something sometimes. You know, we hear about things that may go on under the table or behind closed doors. But if there's no proof or if anything like that, then you know you can't really punish or do anything. But my agents, they kept proof that they distributed to the court, and so there was nothing that they could say or that they could do to hide it.
Yeah.